Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Matt Drinks and Talks About Stuff. Tonight I am drinking whipped cream, vodka, and Sprite, and it is not as bad as you would think something like that would taste like. Tonight's episode, I will be going over my bucket list that I wrote earlier this evening. I saw this author, David Sedaris, the other night, and he was talking about his bucket list, and he's done incredible things with his life. He's been like all over the place, and he writes about it. It's amazing. But I was like, I should come up with a bucket list too. So I wrote it, and it is on monitor two over here for me to look at. And I feel like it's good to have a list when I go to do the videos because if I don't have a list, something to look at when I'm doing the video and I've been drinking, I tend to wander and repeat myself and stuff like that. So hopefully we can keep this concise and tight and let there be a point to it. So none of these are in particular order. This is just how I wrote them down earlier tonight. But here we go. Number one, win a drinking contest. I've been practicing for this event whenever it goes down. Just sort of like, a shot for shot, uh, staring across each other from a table type situation. Perhaps we're in contention to, win over someone, whoever can, win this thing, uh, and I would win it. I'd be able to withstand the alcohol longer than the other person, and they'd fall on the floor, just throw up on themselves or whatever, and I would win, and everyone would be like, "Oh, I wouldn't think that Nat could win a drinking contest," like I see him in a new light now. So that's why I want to win a drinking contest. Uh, Number two, parallel park like a boss. The other night when I saw David Sedaris, I was forced to parallel park in Albany, and I've not parallel parked since my uh, driving test many years ago, and I'm awful at it. Because sometimes in life I'm like, why am I alone? And then I'm trying to parallel park a car, and it's like, oh yeah, because of things like this. I would fare better in life, I think, if I lived 100 years ago when parallel parking was not something that anyone really had to do. But then I'd also have to deal with women who don't shave, so pros and cons. Uh, but yeah, I'd love to just parallel park once where I just fucking just slide in, just perfect angle, rotation, spin on the car, and I just fucking slide right in like a boss. Don't hit the curb. Don't hit either of the other cars. Just parallel park job. Number three, have a drink with Bill Murray or Louis C.K. or both at the same time. Uh, and I just think that they're both really cool dudes and they're hilarious. And I think that we would just like get along and have a really good time together. So it wouldn't just be like them doing me a favor. Like they could also walk away from it like, oh, that was kind of nice. Uh, Number four, hold someone's hand while they die. This sounds incredibly dark, but just think about like aside from like you being in a bad mood for the rest of the day because it's gonna kind of bum you out to like hold someone's hands when they die. But like just the you're holding their hand and you're making eye contact with them and you're just kind of like you don't say neither one of you is saying anything but you're just kind of you nod at them to like let them know like it's okay, like you can go now, and then they die because you gave them permission, and then like their family like hears that you were like with them at the end and they're like thanking you for like being there with the person or whatever. Like I just think that would just be like that would just be kind of awesome uh, to just do that. And it's not that I wanted to say that it's not someone that I killed who I am then like holding their hand. It's just I'm randomly coming across someone. Uh, like I don't have to know. I prefer not to know them. I would like to hold a stranger's hand while they die. Uh, Number five, a Super Friends reunion at the Outer Banks. The Outer Banks is like my favorite vacation that I've ever had. The last time I went is when I was 14, something like that. Went with my family and a bunch of my mom's friends who were in their early 20s because mom was going through this phase where she wanted to hang out with a bunch of young people, which was awesome when you are a teenager to get to hang out with people that are like 10 years older than you because otherwise that never happens. Uh, but it's you just like you run a giant house and it's on the beach and it's awesome. So I would like to go with the Super Friends, who are the group of us who all sort of know each other from childhood. Me, my brother, Joel, Elizabeth, and Megan were the five Super Friends. So at some point, us and the whatever collective spouses we've acquired over the years and any potential children, I guess, should be there. But I'd like us all to go to the Outer Banks sometime for a Super Friends reunion. Um, Next, vacation in Hawaii with Carol. Don't have anything else to say about that one. Next one, finish a screenplay. I did finish a screenplay when I was like 18, but it's been a really long time since I've really written anything long and finished it. Like I start it and I stop it and I never get back to it. So now in my adult life, I like to finish another screenplay and be proud of it and be like, hey, Nat, you did something. Have sex with Kim Valeni. I've been wanting to have sex with her for many, many years, and it hasn't happened yet. And I think it's fair to say that no one has put more effort into trying to have sex with her and not gotten anywhere. So I think after a certain, so it's on my bucket list. It's something I like to do before I die. I'd like to have sex with Kim Valeni. Appear in a Taco Bell commercial. And I know that this is nitpicking because my name was in the Taco Bell commercial, but I would like to appear in a Taco Bell commercial because I feel I was sort of robbed the first time. Next one. Live in a cabin in Montana for a month by myself. I would here's the dream. And you know, we're talking big dreams here. These are not things that will actually happen, but I would like to find the sort of success in life where I don't have to do any work for a month. So I'm thinking like in the creative field, you know, to either write something or direct something, but have something be done and released and be successful. And when everyone is like, you know, Nat, what's your next project to be? Instead, I just vanish. I just go off the grid for a month, and I'm in woods in Montana, and I have no contact with anyone. I just get to earn the right to just be by myself for like a month. Because as much as, and maybe I'll go crazy and I'll hate it or whatever, but the thing is that most people cannot get to a point in their life where they get to do something like that. Like you have to be around people because you have responsibilities to people. They are relying on you, and you have to physically be there doing stuff for them, like a majority of the time. So if you can just like disappear for a month and not have to deal with anyone, like you should just take that opportunity and just say for a month I saw no one and it was fucking awesome. Bowl a 200 in bowling. I know that the perfect game is 300. I don't need to bowl 300. All I would like to do is hit 200 once in my life. Learn to play an instrument. Guitar, piano, drums. One of those three. I've attempted to learn how to play guitar and piano and never have. So I'd like to at some point, like, just, these are attainable goals. Aside from having sex with Kim Valeni, these are attainable goals that could very easily be done. I mean, not that it's very likely that I'll have a drink with Lucy Carey Bill Murray, but it's like something that, it's not like I want to ride a unicorn before I die. You know, these are all possible things, and learn to play an instrument. I can do it. I just need to put a little effort in. And then lastly, as of this list, as of me being 27 years old and what I thought about this evening, is to get 100% on the song Maps on hard in Rock Band. Uh, this is probably the song that I've done the most in Rock Band because it was in the original Rock Band, so I played it many times over the years. And my friend Aaron and I had a competition about who could get the higher score on it. And I'm pretty sure I do have the higher score because I dedicated my life to playing drums on Rock Band, and she didn't. Uh, but I still have never hit 100% on, not even expert, but I have never hit 100% on hard. So sometime in my life, I'd like to hit 100% on hard. Uh, yeah, and that's everything that I have on my list so far. I feel like more things will be added to it, like to scratch a few things off it. Uh, but as of right now, this is my bucket list, and I feel like pretty solid about this. If I could like cross off, I wouldn't even have to do half. If I could cross off, you know, 25 to 40% of the things on the list before I died, I'd say that's a pretty good life. Uh, Previously on my bucket list was taking a road trip with Joel, and that was actually something that we did, and it was a huge thing to do something that we had talked about doing for so long and actually accomplishing it. So I imagine any one of these other things to do it would give me that same satisfaction as going on a road trip. And going on the road trip led to uh, my name appearing in a Taco Bell commercial, which led to something new on the list about wanting to appear in a Taco Bell commercial. So you accomplish these things, and then you say, all right, so what can I do next? And that's how you have a fulfilling life, is that you keep pushing what you can do in the time that you have. If I just crossed all these things off, if I was actually able to do these all, I wouldn't just say, fuck it, it's over. I would make a new bucket list, and I'd want to, put new things on it and push myself to, do new stuff and go to new places and meet new people. Unless there's something on the new list that's about being by myself for a longer period of time. I don't know. But anyway, wrapping this up quick tonight. Man, I tell you, good job, Nat. So again, this has been another episode of Nat Drinks and Talks About Stuff. Have a good night, everyone.